Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another diecast restoration video. Hope everybody's keeping well and looking forward to the video this time. And I'm quite pleased with the way this one turned out. It's taken me a long time, but I've only been doing it a bit at a time. I've been doing other models at the same time. And it's taken me a while to finish it. I'm still waiting on parts for the other models I'm doing, so I managed to get this one finished. Today I just made some decals on the vinyl sticker paper to try and finish it, so that's what I've done. Yeah, so like I say, I'm quite pleased with the way it's turned out, and I hope you will like it as well. And it's a very big model this time, and I've actually I couldn't get it on the turntable because it was way too big, so I've had to sort of put it on the table and video around it, so I'm sorry about that. I do rectify the situation later in the video, well at the end of the video, as you will see. And yeah, so this time the video is going to be a CORGI Major Ford car transporter, and I think that's 1159 the number of that one. I'm not 100% sure, but I've gone on eBay and looked at the ones for sale, and yeah, that's the number that has been put on there, so I assume it's right, but if it's not, I'm sure somebody will tell me. It's a more modern CORGI one anyway. It's not an old CORGI, it's a more modern CORGI. So yeah, as I always say, please sit back, relax, enjoy watching the video, see how I got on with this one. Okay, then let's take a closer look at this one. Yeah, this is a bit of a beast. So this is one I picked up quite some time ago. The cab has come off it because you've seen this tractor unit part. One of the pegs that holds the cab on there has snapped off on that side. So we'll have to sort that out. Now, I'm not sure, there's a couple of rivets here. I'm not sure quite how it comes apart. I think, yeah, that's in two bits, so that this piece here comes off and then the engine must come out. Anyway, that's that part of the cab. The axle's bent, the wheels are pretty scuffed. So that's that bit. The cab, it's all very dirty. It's got a crack in it, unfortunately. I don't know if you can get the windscreens or the window units for these, but I'll probably have to doctor that one to repair it. So there's a little rivet there, so that'll have to come out, I suppose, to get the interior out. But it looks like it's been in a muddy puddle of water at some time or another. The castings are all pretty good on there. So that's that part of it. Now this part, I don't know if you can see, this is all bent along here. So that's going to need sorting out. The mechanism here for hooking it on the back does work, but it's a bit iffy. Doesn't always hang on to the tractor unit. The axles, as you can see, are both fairly bent. The wheels are sort of, they're not too bad on the back, they're a little bit scuffed, but not too bad. We've got these chocks on the decks that they slide up and down, so those are all there, so that's good. The jockey wheels here, bogey wheels, that all works. Now one big thing we're missing is the tailboard or the ramp, and I don't know if I can find one. I do have another scrap trailer like this, so I might take the ramp off that one. So other than that, it's not too bad. I'm not sure how all this mechanism, the spring part here, comes apart. We'll have to have a look. Well, obviously I suppose you drill out these rivets. It might be a case of grinding that around, I'm not sure quite how this is going to work. See, so we've got like a rivet at the front on this side as well, but this side's been painted and that side hasn't, so we might just have to undo one side of that and then drill into that after to put another rivet head in, or another rivet in. I'm not sure, this is going to be a bit of a learning curve with this one. So that's the more modern Corgi Major toy, the old Ford. Nice truck. Like I say, I've got a couple of other ones of these, and one is blue, and what colour is the other one? I think it's green like this, I'm not sure now, I can't remember, I'll have to have a look. But I was toying with the idea of doing sort of a crimson metallic-y, darky red kind of colour, just to be a bit different. So I might do that, and then I'll have like one of each colour, because I can't match this colour in rattle cans. I know you can do it with an airbrush, but I'm still holding off with my airbrush for the time being anyway. Okay, so anyway, next step, we get the old tin lid out and the tools out, and we'll see if we can get this one dismantled. Okie doke. Right, okay, I got me drill. So this cab, we've got to drill this rivet here to get the interior out. So here goes. So I think I need a slightly bigger one. I don't want to go too big. This one looks a bit blunt. Might be alright. It's a bit bent because it's wobbling all over the place. Yeah, it's not quite big enough. quite big enough. Very nearly. I think that's got to be about it. Little screwdriver. Yeah, that's it. So that's metal. Now this piece just fell out here. I didn't see where that was. Oh, in there. So there's a little tiny washer that's fit in there. That I didn't notice. I don't know if it fits in there. Oh dear. Honestly, I didn't see that. Well, that looks like on the bit I've drilled, so it must have been there, yeah. Yeah, so it goes in that piece there. So I mustn't lose that like I started losing bits from my other restorations. So I need a tub to put them in. There's a tub. The lid. Good old Chinese takeaways. Okay. So if I take the lid off. Okay, so we put that in there. This I thought was plastic. It's metal. But I think that'll just clean up with a wash. I don't really want to put that in the caustic. So put that in there. Interior. It's not bad. Just needs a good clean in the ultrasonic cleaner. So that can go in there. And this window unit just drops out. Shame about the crack across it. Might have to chop the windscreen out along there, put a piece in. I think you've got a bit of scope for doing that, yeah, because the pillars are pretty big, so you can hide the joints behind, and across the top's pretty big, so that'd be alright, hopefully. That'll go in the ultrasonic cleaner anyway. Now this one has got a good thick shaft to drill a rivet in, so that's good. I'll file a bit off the top so that it goes quite tight when I do put the other rivet in. I need my bigger file, need my flatter one. You don't want a too big one, but there, that's a bit easier. Now I'm going to drill that down first before I take away the little indentation I've made with a drill. So I'll drill that out off camera, and then this will be going in the caustic soda. So that's that bit. Move that pot out the way. So that's, like I say, that's that bit. Now we've got the base here. Now we've got these two rivets here under the fuel tanks to drill out. There's quite a lot of drilling in this one actually, it's surprising. So we'll give that a go. Started off with a smaller drill bit. drill bit. I've got a new stand, or a different stand. It's an old one I've had a while, but I've set it up different, so I don't know what it's going to look like, the angle in the video. Anyway, we'll see. That's blunt, and I say it every time, and I still haven't sharpened these damn drill bits. A little bit more. Don't know if that's quite enough. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yes, that's plenty. Well, job done on that tank. Yeah, that's it. So that lifts all this piece out here. So as you can see, these two tabs here go underneath these two tabs here. So you've got to get that off so that you can then lift the engine out. And look, there's all sorts of bugs inside there, inside the lorry. Oh dear. Right. Okay, so that's just one piece of plastic. Might be able to do some detailing on that actually. Right, so that's got to go in the ultrasonic cleaner. Okay, the bugs will go in the bin. And I'll file these down. I'll drill down a bit first, and then I'll file that a bit flatter. Yeah, we've got this issue with this hinge part here being snapped off, so somehow I've got to try and drill into that and put a piece in there. So that's not going to be easy, but anyway, we're going to have a go. We'll have a go. Right, these blasted wheels, I hate the things like that for these wheels when they're crimped in, because you really got to crimp them back again, and when you do that you damage the paint. So I'm just going to put a piece from the Dremel on my drill, little file thing, and see if I can just file out those a bit. Okay, so I've got that on the drill, so let's see if we can file that out. Not easy. I've taken a bit off that one. I don't know if it's quite enough. Not quite enough. I'll do a bit on this one. Sorry, I'm going out of shot a bit. Ah, now my drill's flat, so I'm going to have to charge the battery. Okay, we got enough filed off. That's gone. Still a little bit tight, but what I'll do, I'll put a blob of super glue on each one when I put it back in, because I don't want to start pinching all that once I've painted it. Okay, so that's that. I can try and straighten out these axles a little bit. You just got to keep at it, you know, keep going round. And pull those wheels to one end, and then sometimes I tap them with a hammer on my little vise I've got there. I just keep turning them and tapping them. You get them pretty good in the end. I'm not saying 100%, but on the whole you'll get them pretty good. A little bit. Push out all the way along. You can see that's kind of just bowed in, it's all bowed in different directions. Okay, I'll mess around with that off camera anyway to get it straight. It's a lot better like that, but it's still not right. So I'll mess around with that to try and get it right, or as near as right as I can. Okay, right, so that's ready for the caustic. Right, so I'll chuck all that in the pot for now, and then I need a tray. Put all those other bits and pieces in, ready for the caustic. There you go. So that's that. Better put that aside. And that is something finishing on eBay that I'm watching, but I haven't bought anything, so it's just finishing. Right, okay, I'll get back to you in a minute. Right, now to this trailer. Now I've been looking at this, and these rivets on here, I think these are coloured the same as the trailer, but these are the ones I think I need to drill out, here and here. Now there's also one down here behind the wheel, so really I need to, I mean you can get to it I suppose, but really I would need to take the wheels off first. I'm not sure if those actually are rivets or whether they're just pegs. I think they might be just pegs that go through. So I'm going to have to drill these two, but not too much because that's part of this back piece. I don't think this is going to be an easy one to do. Anyway, I need to get these wheels off. So in order to get these wheels off, I've been looking. I think this plastic piece here holds the axles. You'll see they go in like the hook piece on the chassis. I think this just clips in, so I think I can get it out. So I'm going to have a go getting this out. I'll gently put the screwdriver down there. There you are. That is, it does clip out. Whether I can get both sides out at the same time is another question altogether. Okay, so that's snapped out there. So that just lifts out. So that's basically, that's all it is. I'm not sure if it goes. Well, just remember that the CORGI part is closer to the back of the trailer and the major to the front. I'll probably forget by the time I come to put it back together. So that's got to go in the ultrasonic. So these axles, just you pull it, the back ones forward and they just lift out, and then these forward ones you push them backwards and they just lift out. So if I put it that way, you can see the hooks that they go into, and then that plastic plate clips in and just holds all that. Righty tighty, we'll move those out the way. So those can't be mistaken with the ones off the tractor unit, because the axles are a lot wider on the trailer than on the lorry. Okay then, okie dokie. So yeah, we're going to have to drill these out. And I'm wondering if I should just try and scrape around those. Don't know. I might have to just file those out. I'm not sure how big those holes are. You can see what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and scrape that out around, gradually getting the edge of that rivet in. Once my drill's charged, I might use that burr thing again, and I'll just go around and get that gradually worn down from the outside, filed down from the outside, and see if I can get it down enough just to get it through the hole. Because I'm thinking about having to put this back together again. It's not going to be easy if I drill that out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, because there's nothing, there's no depth at all. And like I say, it's part of this back cross member. Okay, so I'm going to do that off camera, and then I'll come back to you if it's successful. Right, I've done that with the multi-tool Dremel. It's not Dremel, that one. I've got the Dremel, but this is the cheap one I got that I'm still using. So I've ground around that bit there. So let's see if I can get it apart. There you are, it's gone. So that side's gone. So I don't need to probably get them both out, I'm not sure. Maybe I will need to, because I might have to get that piece out. Oh, so this one's flopping up and down now. Yeah, so I've got two more like that, so I need to do this one and this one. So I'll just show you what I did do, just quickly, and then I'll do it off camera again. So this is what I did. This is what I did here with my Dremel, you can see. So I'm going to do this off camera, and then I'll come back to you when it's done, because it's going to take a little while. So that's what I've been doing. Right, okay, I don't know if I've done enough. I think I have. Hope I haven't overdone it, but we'll see. Now, which bit comes apart? So that bit, there you are, that's it, that's gone. And let's see if we can get this one apart. There, that's it, it's gone. So like that, put that down there. It's quite a big model, so it's a good job to get it all in the camera. So that's it, that whole side now should come off. And then that's it, we've got these bogey wheels as well, which that one is very badly worn, you can see there. So might have to do something about that one. Okay, so put that in the pot. So that's that undone. So as you can see, that's got a bow in it. See, it's got quite a kink in it, so I'm going to have to try and straighten that. I don't think it'd be too hard because it's quite soft. Might have to just put it on a flat surface maybe and tap it. So that's that bit ready for the caustic. That's going to fill up my caustic soda tub. You can see there's plenty of mud in the bottom of that, so somebody's had a right old time with it. Okay, now let's see what else we've got here. So this upper deck will just slide out. Oh, and there's a spring there. You can see that spring which fits in that there. And there's like a little peg, you can see, for the spring to go on. So I might have to try and unwind that out of there. Oh, okay, that's alright. It's on the floor, but I can see it. That's a lucky one. springs have got a habit of bouncing more than anything else, obviously. Okay, so that's that top deck. I've got to get these plastic chocks out. I don't want to break them, but I assume that's the only way to get them out, is to lever them. I'm not liking the idea of that. That's obviously how they've gone in. That's obviously how they've gone in. Oh, I don't like doing that. I don't like doing that. That's got to be how they've gone in. Maybe if I do that and or maybe if I prise that a bit. So I prise it a little bit with that. I can see these are going to be fun and games to put back. And then just oh, come on. It's got to go. Come on. Okay, that's gone. Okay, so that's how to do it, but God knows I'm going to get them back. God knows how I'm going to get them back again. Well, that's gone a bit easier, that one. Okay, so that's that top deck. I think it's all straight. So that's ready for the caustic as well. Okay, now this one we've got to be more careful of, because this is a plastic base, so we must have a bit of gubbins in here for the hooking it on and off. So that just basically pulls out like so, and do I leave that on or not? That's got to be silver. I think I'm going to have to grind this one off as well. Yeah, I'm going to have to grind this one off as well. I'll do that off camera. You know how I do it now, so. Right, these plastic bits, this is just going to have a good wash. So that, all that does is slide there. Now, which side was it? It's got to be that side, isn't it? It's that way, isn't it? Is it that way? Or was it that? Oh, gold. I didn't notice there which way it dropped out. I'm going to have to look at the video. It's got to be that way, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, because that hooks on, so it's that way. Okay. I would have thought there'd have been a spring on that. But no, doesn't seem to be. Okay, so that's got to go in the ultrasonic cleaner, and I'm guessing so is this. I'm just going to chuck a whole lot of that in, I think. In fact, that's not going to go in the ultrasonic cleaner, so I'm going to have to clean that by in the sink with the fairy liquid and the toothbrush. And okay, so that's the way that's going to have to be done, because it's too big for the cleaner. Right, so put these two in there. So just this one. So I'm gonna do that, grind that off, and then that'll be all ready for paint stripping and cleaning and whatnot before painting. Okay. Right, the boiling water's in. As you can see, the pots are way too big for my tub. So we're going to do what we can, turn them around a bit, and then we might have to do this in twice. Pretty big model, this one. Yeah. It's certainly taking the paint off. Well, a cream colour anyway. Not so much a green. So it's coming off. It is coming off. Right, well, what I'll have to do, like I say, is do it in 2 or 3 times, because my pot's way too small. So I'll come back to you when it's all cleaned and wire brushed and ready on the bench, ready for the primer, because this is going to take forever. You can see it is coming off, so like I say, I'll have to do it in a couple of times. Okay, catch you in a bit. Right, okay, I've got this all cleaned up, ready for the primer. Come up alright, it's taken me ages to clean it. Got a bit of pitting there. I have sandpapered it. I can't take too much off because you know, it's going to take too much of the metal off, so it doesn't matter anyway. I'll leave it like that. I think it'll be okay. Done this bed, that's all ready for primer. Now before we do any of that priming or primering or whatever you call it, excuse the noise in the background, I'm just playing with my new printer, 3D printer. I haven't had a successful print yet. It keeps coming off the bed. It's not sticking very well, but anyway, I'm messing around with it, trying to get the hang of it. So before we go any further with this, I've got to put this peg in. So I cut this split pin to go in there. It's not very easy to show you, but basically that pin's got to glue into there. So I'm going to do that before we paint it. I'll show you it before I paint it. So I'm going to do that. Right, okay, I've repaired this piece, stuck it in. It's not quite as long as the other side, but it's not going to make any difference. It's going to hold the cab. It's the hinge part for the cab. So a bit of baking powder and super glue and that split pin, and Bob's your uncle. So that's ready to go and put the primer on. Now I said to you before about putting the primer on all these bits. I'm not going to put primer on this one. I'm going to do the same as I did with one of the other models. I'm going to put, I want this to be metallic red, and I'm going to put like gold as my primer, metallic gold underneath, and put the red on top, because it looks quite nice when you do it like that. So that's what I'm going to do there. This piece will have to be primed, obviously, put primer on it, because it's going to be cream colour, and a couple of the other bits I can't remember. I'm going to have to look up what I want to do, but anyway, I'll prime the bits that are going to be painted normally, and then these bits, like I say, the back part there, I'm going to have to do that with gold. So I'll come back to you when that's done. Okay, I've got these sides of the trailer painted. I forgot to show you it in the primer. Head like a sieve. I just got carried away and carried on painting. So I got those bits done. They've come out all right, and I've got the top deck done as well in the cream, which very closely matches the plastic top. Not a lot of difference in colour. This one's very slightly lighter. So that's cool. I'm pleased that's done. So I've done all the other bits, the cab and all that as well. Right, so as you can see, I've got my box with all my masking stuff in, masking tape and that. So what I want to do is this bumper, I want to paint it red, same colour as the cab. So same colour as that. So I'm just going to paint the bumper red. The steps I think I'm going to leave silver. So I want to mask all that off. So I've just got the bumper so I can spray it. Okay. So I'm going to do that and I'll come back to you when it's masked. I was also thinking these back mud guards, I might mask those off or mask the rest off and paint them black because I think they look better black. It's going to be a bit fiddly, but I'll have a go. Okay, so I'll do this and the other bit and then I'll come back to you when it's masked. Right, okay, that's masked up. Put a plastic bag over the back because I think this tape's probably going to get some of the silver off, but it's not a difficult colour to touch up. So I'm going to go paint the red on there. I've decided to leave the steps in because I think it would have been too difficult masking them off. I could have done it, but it would have taken so long. So I'm just going to leave it like that, and I might touch in the silver, like grid patterns in there afterwards, or I might just leave them. We'll see how it turns out. The other bit I'm not going to mask because I think it's too risky. It'll pull paint off. I might try with Vallejo paint and just do by hand those back mud guards. I'll see. Okay, so I'm going to go out and spray that red and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so we've done a bit more detailing on the cab. Done the Ford. The grille I've done in black. Indicators done. And that intake in the top. What else? I've done the door handles in Molotov. So that's that bit. I've lacquered this now. Done the red bumper and the indicators. I've still got to put the dual headlights in. So that's that bit. And that's lacquered. I've done those mud guards there, the back mud guards. Smoke black, but they look more grey than they do anything else, but they're alright. They look alright. Okay. Right. Now I sprayed the tailgates, the last bit I did, because it had some decals on it. This is one that I got off another trailer that I had, just a random trailer that I had in a job lot. And I wanted to copy the stickers, so I scanned the actual thing, the actual ramp on my scanner upstairs. So I come up with these, I printed these out. There's a couple, I did a few, but just about every one has got either a little piece of fluff or something in them that I'm not happy about. But there's a couple of bits, I think there's one there and one there that'll do. With no bits in. So I've got to cut those out. The paint I use for the ramp I've done with the top deck as well, and it's pretty similar to the plastic piece on the lower deck. You know, the paint, it's not a lot of difference. I don't think it's any further out than what the original paint was, further out than the plastic piece. Obviously I didn't want to paint the plastic piece, so I've put some little jeweled indicators and rear lights on already. So yeah, I've got to cut these out now and then put them on. So I'm going to do that carefully. They're slightly off skew because they was slight angle when I scanned them. So I've got to cut not on that rectangle but up along those red lines there. So no, I don't want that one. I think it's these two I want. So let's have a look. I need to cut like up along there, like that. Like I say, they're not 100%, but they're not bad. Now I've done these on vinyl sticker paper. I thought I'd try it. I have used it once before. It seems to do quite well, and the colours are more vibrant on the vinyl paper than on the normal sticker paper. The only thing with it is it takes longer. You got to leave the print dry. They say leave it dry for 24 hours, then lacquer it, and 60 seconds between each lacquer it 3 times, which is what I've done. So it takes a couple of days to make them, but if you start them in good time and don't leave them until you're ready to use them, it's not a problem. I cut the ends rounded a little bit. Corners rather. There. So then it's just a case of peeling the back off. I say just a case. It's not always that easy. Oh, see, I've dropped on the floor now. Butterfingers. Hang on, let's just make sure it's okay first. Make sure I put them the right way around as well. See, well, that's going to go like that, so that's going to be quite good. Okay, let's get a... So what I'm going to do, line it up with that bottom line there. And see if we can stick it to the actual tailboard and not my fingers. Come on. Trouble is you don't really get second chance with this if you balls it up. Okay, that's the first one, and then now the second one. Like I say, they do seem to be a lot more, the colours seem to be a lot more vibrant on this vinyl sticker paper, and I think it's worth every penny you pay for it. It's not that expensive. I got this one on eBay. Better round these corners off to match the other one. Probably didn't really need to do it anyway, even on the other one. Right, make sure it fits. Yeah, it's going to fit. Okay then. Try and get the paper off. Oh, I've gone cockeyed. That's not what you want to do. Oof, you gotta be careful. Not that easy to get it right. There you go. Still going a little bit cockeyed, but that's not bad. Push all the edges down. I think that doesn't look too bad at all. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Okay then. Right, okay. I'm going to put the dual headlights into the bumper now. So I've got my usual, my gem tack. Still haven't got any new one. You know, because that's me. Need to get a new one, but never get round to it. So there's still a bit left in this, even though it's going a bit odd. Okay, so this dries clear. I've mentioned that before. It dries clear, so it's good stuff. Put a bit in each hole. Oh, gone a bit overboard there. Might have to put a cotton bud in there just to take the excess off, because I put too much. Like I say, it dries clear, so it's no big deal. Right, okie doke, wax pencil. I still can't pick it up. Hang on. The only trouble is, you get the wax pencil stuck to the dual headlight. I'm not even having any luck with the wax pencil. Hang on, I've got an RGF off. Sand it down a bit. Might get a better surface for it to stick to. No. Fudge. I don't want all that crap on the light. Oh, this isn't working, is it? It's just not working. Where's your tweezers? Back to the old system. Back to the old system. Oop. Got it in and it come out again. Whoa, 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 come back. Come back. If at first you don't succeed, try and 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 try again. Okay, it's not too bad. I'm just going to look through my glasses close up, make sure they're straight. Right, okay, whoops, trying to get my camera straight. Because this is such a big model, I'm going to start off with doing the tractor unit. Now I've still got to make a Ford badge for the front, I haven't done that yet. But we'll put this piece together and then we'll do the trailer after. So I've done a little bit of detailing on the engine. Now this gear lever was broken off. So I've cut a pin down, one of those pins with a round plastic head, and I've put that in, but I'm not sure if I've done it quite long enough, but anyway, it'll have to do. So it's not made too bad a gear lever. So I've sprayed the engine silver, same as the chassis, and then done a little bit of detailing for the exhaust manifold and with a black for the gear lever and the gear lever boot. So that's that. The windscreen I've made, I don't remember if I've shown you, but anyway, I made that out of food packaging. It's soft plastic, but it's not too bad. It won't look great because there's a crack in the back and I didn't want to start cutting anymore. I've cut enough out of this one, but it won't look too bad. Better than with a crack. So now we've got to try and put this together, and I know it's going to be fiddly, so let's see what we can do. Right, so start with the cab, put it upside down, put my window unit in. Now this is where it's going to be dodgy because of this windscreen. You know, I almost need to stick it inside there. Like I'm wondering, no, I don't want to stick it if I don't have to. So this piece goes next, the interior. I'm going to leave it red. I could have done the seats, but I'm going to leave it red. Now I've got to be careful it doesn't crease that windscreen when I push it in, and it has got to be pushed well in. So hopefully that's alright like that. Now comes the fiddly bit. What I need to do is to get this piece in and this piece in at the same time, because this has to go there, hinge in there, and then this has to go in that, this piece here has to go in that hole, that groove there. So you got to try and push it in, and it's not that easy, to be honest. Because trying to keep this hinge piece in and get that in at the same time, it doesn't seem to be a brilliant fit, to be honest. I'm worried that's going to come out of that groove. Should be alright. But it's not a great fit in there, look. It's not a great fit. What the hell am I doing? I've put this upside down. What a blooming clown. No wonder it's not a great fit. God. I don't know. What a clown. Okay. Okay, so we got that. No, we haven't, because it's come out. Get in. Okay, try again. Down and in. Now what's happened? It's come out again. Right, now we got it. Blimey crikey. Okay, we've got it. And I'm chipping the paint on the bottom of the cab, so I'm going to have to touch that up. Right, so now we've got this little piece here, which has to go in on top of there. Now what I might do, I'll put the glue in first. So I'm undoing the glue pot with my teeth again. So we'll try and put a bit of glue in that hole. Okay, keep it pushed in. Put this piece in there. Come on. Okay, and then we want to put our rivet in. Up, 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 up. Get in there. No, you don't want to get in there. Where's my tweezers? Oh. Oh, for crying out loud. Bloody glue's going to be set before I get the rivet in. Right, that's in. So we're going to leave that dry for a minute. Better put the lid on the glue, otherwise that'll be drying all in the pot. Right, so I want to keep that pushed down. Okay, I'm going to hold that there for a minute until it's dry. Right, that's dried. Hopefully I'm doing this right. I'm worried sick I'm making the balls up somewhere along the line. You know, when you feel uneasy about something. Right, so I've got to join this piece to this piece. So I need to put the engine in. And that engine fits in there. Just like that. And this piece will go here just like this. Now these two pieces here got to slide in to those two lips in there. Crikey, so I'm dropping it and end up chipping it, and so I've got to put that, I'll lift that up a bit maybe. That's it, slide it in like that, and then down on those, got to put the rivets in there. Right. Yeah. Now I can't remember if I was going to put some washers or whether I was just going to put rivets straight in, so I better check that. Don't ask me where that went somewhere on the floor. Oh dear. It hit my leg and I don't know where it went after that. For God's sake. I think they're going to do. I need to put something there to hold it. Oh, now where did this blasted rivet go? Because I didn't even hear it fall. So I think I'm going to have to look for another one. No, it's not in my trousers or anywhere. God knows where it's gone. There must be a treasure trove on that floor somewhere. Right, another rivet, 2.5mm. Here we go. Let's get another one out of the box. If I can. Here we go. There's another one. This is where I am always as nervous as anything getting to this stage. Right. Here goes. Here goes, and if I've left something out, tough tits. Tough tits. I'll tell you what I have done, I've knocked a nice chip in the corner of the cab. It's a good job. This red metallic is very easy to touch up. So that's a good thing. Okay, that's those two in. So again, I'll leave that dry off and then I'll come back to you when those have dried. Right, okay, that should be dry enough. So now these wheels, there's the last piece of this. Now I'm going to glue these in. I'm not going to try and pinch the things. These front ones are a little bit tight anyway, so they should clip in. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a little bit of super glue on each of these, there, and there, there, and a little bit on there, and a little bit on there, and then put the axles in, and hopefully it should do it. It should be enough without gluing the blooming wheels to the actual thing. So that's clipped in. Oh, that one's come out again. That's it, that one's clipped in. So hopefully that'll do. Right. Okie doke then, we'll leave that dry and see what happens. Right, okay, that's dry now. So, seems okay. I think a little bit of glue has gone on the wheels, because they're not really, you know, there's a little bit of resistance there, but they are still, you know, they do still wheel, so I haven't made too much of a cock up. So that's that bit done. So now we'll move on to the trailer, put that together. Okay then, here goes. Now this is the moment I can tell you I've been dreading. So let's move some of this stuff over a little bit, because this is all going to have to go back all at the same time. So let's move all that up there. Now I've got these rivets marked, so I've got the front ones here, that's for these. So let's put this one this way. I don't need to worry about wheels just yet. Right, so how does it go? This piece here has to go in the bottom. How does it go? Is it something like that, I think? Yeah. Is it like that? I think it's like that, yeah. That's got to go there. Right. You know what I haven't done, which I should have done first, and that's put this piece in. So that's got to go that way. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I should have put in first. Okay, let's put him back now. So that's got to go like that. This wheel piece, yeah, because that's got to go through this bit first. Yeah, okay, so we'll put it through that first. Okay, so that's nearly the last bit, one of the last bits. So we know this tailgate or tailboard, tail ramp, has got to go in there. Actually, that might be another one to put in later. What else have we got to go in? We've got the spring which has got to go in there. I don't know if you can see. There's a little bit that sticks out there. You've got to put the spring onto that. Yeah. Come on. Okay, she's on. Now this top deck's got to go in there as well. Hang on, we got this bit which has got to go this way, isn't it? This way, I think. In there. It's in there. That's supposed to go that way, I think, and that goes there. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because the tarpal goes in there, obviously. Okay, so we've got this piece next, the top ramp. So that spring goes in there, and that goes there. Well, this is going to be fun and blooming games. Now I've got to try and hold that and put everything else in at the same time. Okay, so let's put this ramp in next. It's in that hole there. Let's put that like that, that'll hold it, hopefully. Then we've got to put this piece next, but we've got to put the jockey wheels in, or bogey wheels in first, and that's got to go there into that hole and try and hold all this together. Now that spring's just jumped out now. Oh, it's not as easy as it looks. No. Pardon the language in French. Okay, we'll go for another go. Right. Come on. Let's get those jockey wheels in. That needs to go there. It's difficult to line everything up. Very difficult to line everything up. Oh, come on. This isn't good. What's going to happen? We'll end up with no paint left on this model. Oh, come on. For God's sake. Christ, I'm starting to get pissed off now. And the paint is going to end up scratched to it. Scratched to heck. Oh dear. Now why won't this go in? and I'm not sure what is stopping it going in. Ah, that's it. That is it. So let's get these rivets in. I'm going to put a bit of super glue on those. Right, I've got these rivets for the back. Also I've got little washers, so I'm going to put the little washers on first. I will paint those in after. So my front rivets are in that tape. Oh no. Well, that's it, I made balls up of that. Ah, the glue never comes out the hole where you expect it to. Wipe that off quick. Okay, I have to touch that up now. Oh, what a cock up. Sorry. Okay, so that's that one. I've got to get these front ones out now. I've got a bit of cotton bud stuck to that one now. Yeah. This is how quickly it can all go pear-shaped doing this. Old Corgi Bob would be saying, oh god, Nick's overdoing the glue again. I can't get that bit of cotton bud off now because it's stuck in the glue. Oh, never rains, it pours. Oh well. We'll have to try and sort that out. I should have done like Corgi Bob and use the old glue stick or glue applier. I might do that actually with the next ones. If I can undo the other pot of glue, that is. That's it, I've got it. Right. Okay, so okay. Oh, something finishing on eBay. I don't know if I need those because they don't actually fit in these front holes, those washers. I think I was meant to file them down and I forgot. So we're just going to go with the rivets. and then like I say, we'll paint those rivets after. This is if we can get the plastered things in before the glue dries. Okay, we're there. We're there. No tsunami this time, not like on the back. That's going to bug me now, that bit. Right. Okay, we're going to leave that dry and then we'll turn her over. Right, okay, let's carefully turn him over. So I'll turn it end for end as well. Right, so what do I need now? Yeah, just this one rivet in the back. So I'll do with this again. That should be it. And push the washer in. And then get the old rivet in. It's very, very short rivet. Very short rivet, this one. Okay, that's that one in. So we're going to have to touch up the rivets, paint those in so they match the others. So we'll do that after, but first of all, as soon as that one's dry, we're going to put the wheels on. Okay. Right, okay, that should be dry enough. So let's turn it end for end, put it upside down, and then let's go with the wheels, put the axles on. So we'll put them in those two little hooked areas, push those back and these ones forward. Then this little clamps them in, and the major is closer to the back and the CORGI is closer to the front. So these just push in, or this rather just pinches in. I say just pinches in. It pinches in to hold the axles in place, so that's it. So all you do, you just push it in. So we've got the bogie wheels on. That's it then. That's everything done on the trailer. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to touch up those rivets. And there's a couple of little places where I've chipped it, putting it back together. So I'm going to touch those up. And then we'll hook the old lorry on. And then we'll have a look at the finished thing. Right, well, okay then, job done. I made some vinyl decals, made the Ford badge to put on the front. I put some couple of Ford badges on the trailer. So that's that one done. Looks quite nice in the red. I wasn't sure whether it was going to look great or not. Had to make the windscreen, as you know. Unfortunately, there's a fleck of paint that's gone inside the cab, and it's attached itself to the inside of the windscreen, but I can't do much about that now. So we put the old jewelled headlights in. It looks quite nice with those. Done the detailing, put a bit of black in the grille. Yeah, looks quite nice. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this little restoration video, and thank you for spending your time watching this. I know it's a bit of a long one this time again. It was quite a big model to do, and what we're going to do, as always, I'll go outside, do some outdoor shots. It's a nice sunny day out there, and yes, I've had to invest in a new turntable, so I've splashed out and bought a bigger, heavier duty one. So you'll see that. We'll put this on the turntable, and you know, I can't show you the before photos or before video on a turntable because obviously it was too big for the one I had, but you know, you've seen the start of the video, so you know, we'll do our best so that you can compare before and after. So thank you very much for watching. As I say, I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please join me again next time for another die-cast restoration video. And yeah, until then, take care, look after yourselves, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheerio for now. Bye bye. Abato.